No, I think this is an opportune time for Indian businesses and also the talent who are aspiring to have a career in analytics, because there's a nexus of forces. Of course, there's technology advancements in terms of cloud, cheaper hardware, open source code, connected devices, connected customers. But more importantly, I think even some of the initiatives that have been taken up by the Indian government, with Digital India, IndiaData.gov, and the fact that there is upbeat optimism in the startup community, with investments in AI-driven businesses. I think it's an opportune time for Indian businesses to harness the power of the ecosystem. And one is just in terms of the time is right for them to leverage it, but more so because global benchmarks have been established, right? You can no longer say that you can compete only in India or in a local region. You've got to start competing with the best. When you say speed, you got to be as fast as Twitter. You got to be as simple and intuitive as Google. So the new paradigms have been established, new benchmarks have been established, and the only way you can compete and be the best on a global benchmark would be through embracing analytics. So I would say that next 3 to 5 years, for India Inc., for Indian businesses, is going to be game changing. I think the data explosion is going to continue to accelerate. We will see more and more information being generated, and it is important for organizations to discern between what data they need and what data could be noise. So having the right processes set up in terms of determining the value, the predictive power, or the business value that a particular data could generate for a decision making is absolutely critical, because otherwise you will end up in chasing shadow targets where you would want to capture every single piece of information, and that this data is going to get larger and larger. We're talking about pegabytes and zettabytes, and it'll be humanly impossible, even through machines, to quickly draw insights and make it actionable to operationalize the analytics. So understand what data is required with the strategic value, understand the predictive power, understand the impact for decision making, have the right processes in terms of capturing the data, have the right processes in leveraging the data, have the right processes in measuring the value of the data, and democratize the use of analytics. It should not be only the job of a CIO or an analytics head or a technology head. Data custodian is a responsibility that traverses across the organization. Whether you're an operations head or a marketing head or a business head, it's our responsibility to now start treating data as one of the equally important asset for the organization, because that's the only way you can compete and be the best. As I said, I think within India, it all depends on the sector that you're operating in. We have seen some massive transformation in the financial services space. We are also, seeing good advancement in the use of analytics in e-commerce. So new digital businesses are speaking the data analytics language. In fact, they will not be able to compete, without the use of AI and analytics. We're also seeing a lot of traditional businesses now adopting it, although albeit it's a little slow. But because these traditional businesses don't have the baggage of legacy systems or having enterprise data warehouses, they can quickly, leapfrog and move into cloud-based environments, start tapping into the open source codes, start, tapping into the talent that are coming in from, global MNCs that have set up their COEs to quickly accelerate the pace of adoption. So a concerted effort which takes into account the awareness, the adoption and evangelism of analytics at the top of the organization, with successful and concerted focus on proof of concepts to showcase the value that data analytics would generate, could help Indian businesses, perhaps even leapfrog some of the other, traditionally known analytics users, like financial services and retail businesses. The experience is really good. I really enjoyed some of the presentations. In fact, I'm quite impressed and marveled by the work that each of my colleagues from different organizations are doing. Some are representing global firms, which I do understand have already created a fairly a high standard in terms of the data analytics maturity. But equally impressive is the work that is being done by the startups and by government institutions and so on. So I do take away with me a lot of lessons to see what else can I bring into my organization to further the cause of driving a data-driven culture. So thank you.